So, okay, Anthropic shipped a new opus and barely made it smarter. And I'm about to annoy a few of you here, but that might be the smartest thing they've done all year. So Anthropic dropped Opus 4.8, and they're calling it a small step up from 4.7. Incremental, move along. But that's the framing I don't buy, because for any of us building solo, the version number was never the story. The story is they quietly gave us back a dial we lost. With 4.7, the model decided on its own how hard to think about whatever you threw at it. Sounds great, less to babysit. Except you'd watch it spin forever on something that needed one clean pass, then breeze past the one thing that actually needed it to slow down. Nobody likes saying it out loud, but the model guessing its own effort, yeah, it guessed wrong a lot. So 4.8 hands the control back. You set how hard it thinks, low for a quick edit, cranked up when you're knee deep in something gnarly, and you'd rather it sit with the problem than sprint past it. Sounds small, but it really isn't, because when you're the only one at the wheel, you're not just writing code. You're managing the thing that writes it. You're the lead, the reviewer, the one paying the bill at the end of the month. You feel every wasted run in a way a team never does. So keep it low for the boring stuff, the renames you already know cold, then crank it up for the part of the code base that scares you a little, the weird state, the bit you've been avoiding all week, you know the one. Let it overthink there. That's where overthinking earns its keep. There's even a higher gear for the long async jobs you kick off and walk away from. Different jobs, different settings. That's the whole idea. And what I love is it stops pretending every task weighs the same. Half our work is tiny and forgettable. The other half keeps us up at night. And one speed for both was always the wrong call, which took them long enough to admit. So no hype from me. It's not a massive leap, and I won't pretend it is. But control is the boring improvement that quietly makes your whole week smoother. And I'll take boring and mine over magic and out of my hands every time. Just real quick, I'm Daniel. Over 8 years in the iOS trenches, started out freelancing, bouncing between client projects. Then after Dub 25, I went all in on solo, been crafting my own apps and building in public, and these days, pretty much everything pours straight into Crafter's Lab. It's not a tutorial site, not some AI clone farm. It's a live workshop for solo devs who treat AI like a real teammate, not a vending machine you smack when you're stuck. If you build with care, you'll feel right at home. And if you're still on Patreon, thank you truly. But it's all moved over to crafterslab.dev now. Come be part of the crew? Okay. Remember how I said the version number isn't the point? This is the part that got me. The honesty thing, and yeah, it'll hit if you've been there. You ever had your agent tell you it's done, full confidence, all green, ship it, and then you look and it's just not? It skipped a case, or patched the symptom instead of the actual bug, or the worst one, wrote code with a flaw sitting right there and said nothing. And you don't catch it till it bites you 3 days later somewhere you weren't even looking. If you've sat there late at night going, wait, why is this broken? I thought we fixed this. Yeah, you know the feeling. That's what's genuinely rough about going solo. On a team, somebody catches that. Somebody leans over and goes, did you test the empty state? Alone with the agent, late, there's no one pushing back, and its confidence just quietly becomes yours. That's a dangerous little trade to keep making without even noticing. So with 4.8, they leaned hard into the model being way less likely to fake it. It flags when it's unsure now, actually says, hey, I'm not sure about this part. Take a look. And from what I've seen, it lets a lot fewer of its own mistakes slip past on a slide that sounds boring. But for us, it's huge, because the failure mode that hurts you isn't the agent being wrong. Wrong you fix in 2 minutes. It's the agent being wrong and sounding completely right. That's the one that sails through review and ships. There's a quieter dev side piece too. You can now update the agent's instructions mid-task without nuking your prompt cache or faking it through a user message. So you're deep in a session, you realize it's been running on a wrong assumption this whole time, and instead of tearing it down and starting cold, you just nudge it back on the fly. Honestly, this is why I stopped trusting a green checkmark a long time ago. I'd rather a model tell me where it's shaky than hand me a confident lie with a straight face, because the confident lie is the one I'll believe. the one I build on top of, and then I'm a few features deep before I realize the whole foundation was a guess that sounded sure of itself. Maybe that's just me being paranoid after getting burned, but nah, I think I'm right on this one. This change won't show up on a benchmark slide anywhere, but it might be the one I feel the most day to day. All right, shifting gears, because this next one is the feature everybody's going to be loud about, and I think for kind of the wrong reasons. Dynamic workflows. In Claude Code, the model can now plan out a big job and spin up a whole swarm of subagents, all running in parallel in one session, checking their own work before any of it reaches you. The headline example is the dream. Point it at a massive migration across your code base and let it grind. Kick off to merge. They even showed it rewriting a whole package from one language into another, using the existing tests as the bar it had to clear. First reaction, finally, the thing we solo builders never get. Migrations are exactly the kind of job that quietly wrecks you when you're alone. Not hard, just enormous. 1,000 tiny identical changes you've all got to get right with nobody to split the pile. So handing that off sounds genuinely exciting. But here's the part I really want you to sit with, because it's the actual lesson hiding under the shiny feature. None of this works if your code isn't verifiable. The only reason the agent can run wild on a migration and you can trust what comes back is that there's a test suite at the door checking every change before it counts. The tests are what make the autonomy safe. Take them away and you don't have a workflow. You've got a really fast way to break everything in parallel. So if you're sitting there wishing you could throw your agent at the scary parts of your project, you can, but only as far as your tests will let you. The agent's only ever as bold as your safety net is strong, which kind of flips the whole thing around, doesn't it? The real work isn't learning the fancy new feature. It's making your code base a place where an agent can move fast without you holding your breath the whole time. Tests, clear boundaries, stuff that fails, loud instead of quiet. I've actually got how I set projects up for this documented in my playbook, but that's a tangent for another day. Point stands on its own. Verifiable first, autonomy second. Always that order. Maybe someone will prove me wrong, but I haven't seen it yet. Oh, and fast mode finally got cheaper. Properly cheaper, not some rounding error. So those long, grindy, let it run jobs sting the wallet a lot less now, which you really feel when you're paying for your own tools out of your own pocket. So yeah, if you're still here, honestly, you're a legend. Pulling it all together, 4.8 isn't the giant leap everyone was hoping for. It's control coming back into your hands, a model that's finally more honest about what it doesn't know, and autonomy that only works if you've built something worth automating. That's a crafter's release, through and through. Less magic, more steering, and I'm genuinely into it. And if you want to go deeper on any of this, how I wire my projects so agents can actually run inside them, the workflows, the whole system behind it, that's what crafterslab.dev is. I built it myself. And it doesn't matter if you're reaching for Claude Code, Codex, Cursor, whatever comes next. It's not a tutorial dump, not another AI clone farm. It's a live workshop for solo devs who treat AI like a real teammate, not a button you mash the second you're stuck. The heart of it is the Notion team spaces, my live playbook, a front row seat to my actual command center, the apps I'm building, the real.md files running on real projects, the automations wired up behind the scenes. There's SwiftBrain too, a curated Swift and Swift UI vault, the kind of deep dive keynotes and private talks you won't find in public training data, plus the AI skills I lean on to push agents harder. And Ops Lab, all my agent instructions, templates, and workflows, sitting there ready for you to copy, tweak, break, and make your own. So if you want to get in while the crew's still small and hands-on, before prices start creeping up, now's kind of the sweet spot. Feels way more like a behind-the-scenes dev lounge than some giant faceless forum. Would love to see you in there. Keep crafting, keep shipping, and don't let the agent tell you it's done until your tests agree. Peace.